Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Anwar Knight. I really wanted to connect with you about all this chatter about eliminating school trustees. As the founder of the Whole Schools Accountable Parent Network, I've personally spoken to countless families from across this province. And you know what they want? Accountability and transparency in our schools so their kids will be safe. Suggesting that trustees are the magic problem solvers proves just how disconnected and broken our publicly funded education system really is. The reality, trustees are a smokescreen. They give the appearance of recourse for parents, a voice. But parents quickly learn it is just a barrier. In fact, a shield for the school board, not an advocate for families. Take our own family's case of a Salton Appeal District School Board. Our trustee, Jill Promley, at first connected with us, but it soon became clear to us that her interests were to protect the board. At a school town hall addressing why administrators were put on leave and removed from the school, she was present and literally ignored us in person. In fact, we've not heard from her since November of 2023. That's not advocacy, that's abandonment. Or David Green, an elected trustee and chair of the PDSP. When we formally reached out to him outlining our disturbing concerns, his only response was, "It's in the hands of the lawyers now, wishing you the best of luck." That's not a trustee standing up for families. That's a trustee protecting the board. At another Peel school, families came forward about a grade 2 teacher physically harming children. The claims were substantiated by a Children's Aid Society investigation. We profiled that story. When parents asked Jill Promley for assistance on how a school board would allow the same teacher to return, her response was, "We are unable to step into these matters." If trustees can't step in when children are physically harmed, then what exactly is the role? Because it's not helping parents. And it's not just in Peel. In the Hamilton-Wentworth District School Board, a family reached out after their child and others endured disturbing incidents of sexual touching, repeated aggression, and violence. And this is at an elementary school. The situation was so extreme that the classroom had to be evacuated regularly. Families filed numerous formal complaints, and one family also alerted their concerns to their trustee, Paul Tutt. The family states he never responded, not once. Or in the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board, where a family reached out to their trustee and shared details of bullying and violence in an elementary school, with no action on mandated policies. Their trustee simply redirected them back to the superintendent. Another bureaucratic loop, another dead end. That's not advocacy, that's bureaucracy, and kids are paying the price. These are the real-life stories happening right now across Ontario. Yes, trustees may have a role, and perhaps a few are exceptional, but in all of my conversations with families and educators, not one has praised their efforts. Not one. In fact, the opposite. When children are harmed and families need advocacy more than ever, trustees seemingly fail. Time and again, they serve only as a layer of bureaucracy, shielding boards from scrutiny and blocking real accountability. And school boards count on it. It's time to stop protecting a broken system and start fixing it. Will it be easy? No. But as a parent fighting to keep kids safe across this province, where school boards are routinely lying to parents and quietly sweeping violence under the rug, I want change, and you should too. And let's not forget, if these boards were doing their jobs effectively, addressing rampant violence, following protocols, and of course handling finances responsibly, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'm not suggesting that additional funding is not needed, but until schools and boards and trustees are held accountable, progress will not be made. But instead we see stories like this. Ottawa's largest school board almost didn't make payroll. Or the trustees who spent almost $150,000 on a trip to Italy to buy artwork. Trustees can find money for perks and retreats, but when parents come forward about safety or educational resources, they suddenly have no power. That's the truth. Parents deserve honesty. Parents deserve transparency. Parents deserve accountability. And based on the conversations I've had with parents and educators, trustees provide none of that. It's time for change, and it starts by telling the truth about a system that has failed our kids for far too long. Together, let's hold schools accountable. Let's keep our kids safe. Go to www.holdschoolsaccountable.ca and sign the online petition. Our kids, our right to know.